That's not a really loud treat, but somehow you make it a really loud treat, Bubba. Okay. Let's go. Okay, we'll see if anybody joins. I'm not sure if I'll have many people on tonight, but that's okay. Okay. Ask myself a question. Okay. I know I need to give up V. Nothing holding me back. But the surprise and celebration card being upside down, that kind of says to me that there's nothing to celebrate. There's no progress there. But it could just simply be that there's the dark, scary clown. Okay, well, I'll give it 15 minutes. If nobody joins in, then I'm going to jump off. But I will be building up YouTube this year. Okay. Ugh. What question does the psychic want to ask? Are the art videos that I'm planning to do this year going to be helpful for people as art therapy and inspire people to create and enjoy and find new hobbies to help deal with all their anxiety and issues? Let's have a look. Oh, a lot of support. That's actually saying that it will help a lot of people. Let's have a look. A lot of false promises and okay, so I've got to explain. Okay, yeah, no, I get that. Let me go with me. Let's have a look. Well, that's fair enough. Okay. All right, hokey dokey, hokey pokey. All right, this is kind of we go with that. Okay, let's have a look. One more. Ooh. That's very interesting. Okay. All right, give it a couple more minutes, and if not, then I'll go over to TikTok for an hour. Oh, yeah, that's what I can do. All right. At least on TikTok, I get like a shit ton of people, but let's have a look. Oh, my table's still wobbling. Okay, let's have a look. The card's all upside down. There we go. All right. Just gonna wait maybe another 10 minutes. If nobody joins, then I'm just gonna jump off, go to TikTok instead. But give people time to come in. I did announce at 7 p.m. and yes, if anybody wants a card pull, they just need to let me know in chat. Okay. All right, well, I'm just going to ramble on until people join. Okay, so guys, I'm normally live on a Sunday night on TikTok. Next year, I'm going to be going live both on YouTube and TikTok on a more regular basis. I'm normally live on YouTube on a Monday night at 7 p.m. On TikTok, my subscribers get to ask me a question or get 3 cards every Sunday night. Or there's a one-off gift if you ever just want a one-off question or 3 cards. If you don't want to spend a cent, you can always just put your name in chat and where you're from, and I'll pull a single general card for you. But obviously subscribers and gifters get to go first. Now I'm going to do something similar on YouTube where I'm going to set up YouTube members. Members get to priority. They get to ask a question or 3 cards. And everybody else, just put down your name and where you're from, and I'll pull a card, a general card when I get to you. I am going to be going more frequently because there is the need to build up YouTube, a YouTube base as well as TikTok. TikTok's kicking my backside, but YouTube obviously needs a little bit more work. I'm also going to stop doing the 3 card spread piles because there's just no point in that anymore. Boop. I mean, no, I might come back to it a later date, but at the moment I'm going to stop that. So yeah, if you want me to pull a card, just put down your name and where you're from, and I shall do so. I'm also going to start doing some art therapy videos next year. Just stuff that I'm creating in my own time. I'm just going to make short videos and put it up there because sometimes it can be really relaxing and satisfying seeing a quick video of an art piece coming together. And I do the witchcraft on the side. So a lot of the art pieces that I make are actually amulets or talismans for magic and stuff like that. Now, I know even though a lot of people come to me as for psychic readings, there's still, for most people, there's still a massive jump from being a psychic and believing in psychics to believing in magic and stuff like that, which is totally fine, which is why I don't normally advertise it unless people are looking for it, but just a bit of an explanation of the past. So I'm going to give it another couple of minutes. If nobody jumps on, I'm just going to go over to TikTok instead because there will be a buttload of people over there waiting. But yeah. Hey, Miller, how you doing, sweetheart? I was starting to just sit here talking to myself. Did you have a question, or did you want 3 cards, or what would you like, sweetheart? Did you have a good Christmas? Papa, did you finish that treat already? It's only been like 6 minutes. Why? Oh, that's good, Miller. Yeah, did you have a question you wanted to ask, or did you want 3 cards? Let me know and I'll pull for you. Okay. Oh, I don't understand how it's getting hotter as the sun goes down. Will your finances get better? Okay, let's have a look, sweetheart. Okay, before I even pull cards, Miller, I'm getting, they're saying to me turbulence. There is going to be a little bit of turbulence, probably at the beginning of the year. A lot of us have that after the holiday period, but I do feel like there are going to be 1 or 2 things that pop up. They're small, but it's just the point that they're popping up that's going to cause a bit of turbulence. Now, nothing drastic. It might be a car repair, like a small car repair, or having to have the plumber come out to do the pipes or something like that. But it's not so much that it's going to cause grief financially. It's more the fact that, oh my God, I don't need this on top of everything else, okay? After that, I do feel like your finances are going to improve. So let's grab some cards for you. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay, I could stop right here because this is actually the very best card you can get in my deck of cards. It is the blessing card. It's all going to be it's all going to be fine. The universe is looking after you. Considering this is to do with your finances, this could actually do with a win. But more specifically a promotion I'm getting. It is something, look, a lot of times this can talk about the lotto, winning a lotto, coming into money in that sort of a sense, but that's not what I'm getting. I'm getting that your money is going to start flowing through a work process. and that's where I'm getting promotion of some sort. Now, I feel like March, April, your finances will start to naturally improve just as they are. You'll start getting on top of things, but by mid-year, I feel like you're going to be, yeah, you're going to be really well off. Okay, this is an ending card, okay? So it being upside down is saying that the financial struggles that you've been going through are coming to an end. There may be contracts or something that you're locked into that are also coming to an end, which is going to help improve your finances. But overall, this card is saying the financial stress is coming to an end. So this isn't just a little bit of money that's coming in. This is a lot of money coming in. Now, this is partnership card. Look, just hypothetically, this could talk about a divorce and a payout, but there is a partnership that's not working for you. There is something there that is taking your money, and it's getting on top of that, okay? This could be as small as having too many subscriptions to streaming platforms like Netflix and all that stuff, that coming to an end. But it's bigger than that. It could be work related, like the job that you're at the moment isn't the best suit, and that's what that promotion could lead to. It could lead to another job. It could lead to more money. Like I always say, if you're not happy with the money that you're earning, continue to look for other jobs. You know, don't stop looking just because you're comfortable or you're in a space. Okay. Um, yeah, there you go. Little, sorry, I just looked down at chat. Um, partners, actually, yeah. Um, yeah, no, so this is really, really positive. Now, I know that this is the marriage card. I don't want you to stress out with the partner. That's not actually what I was saying. I was giving it as a metaphor. I don't feel like that there's any trouble there or anything to worry about, but there is something that's not going to be, I think this is mid-year, around June. There's going to be something that's no longer working for you, okay? And you're like, nah, I'm not doing this anymore. So again, just as a metaphor, maybe you've got a gym membership that and you don't go to the gym, and halfway through the year you're like, no, that's it, I'm going to cancel this gym membership because I don't use it. Again, it could be subscriptions and stuff like that, but I think it's bigger than something small like that. I actually feel like it is work related. It may even be your career, as far as, okay, maybe you want to be a doctor, and halfway through next year you're like, you know what, I don't want to be a doctor, I want to be a veterinarian, and you switch industries, you switch jobs, and there's more money there. I should turn that around. Maybe you're a bank teller, and you're like, no, I want to be a doctor, because it's the improvement of getting more money in. Okay, so I hope that helps, sweetheart. Okay, Gray. Gray, if you have a question, let me know, or 3 cards. Miller, if you want to ask another one, feel free as well. I have 2 huge concerns. Pick one. I haven't been able to handle or manage the conclusion of my own, due to no communication with the sister. It's left me in hell as my... okay. Great. I think you're I think the whole the last of the message was cut off, but been able to handle... Okay. All right. Let's just have a look. Okay. All right, so just clarify for me, because if we get too technical in the mind, we're using the logical side, which hinders the creative side, which is where the psychic stuff comes from. So also why any shapes of geography is really good to protect yourself from evil, because that part of the consciousness can't do both. So concerns at staying long term, actually move in. Okay. All right. So, look, I do feel like that you're going to be in this position for another. Look, I don't normally do timeframes a lot, but I am getting that your situation, there's lack of change for, well, to me, I want to say 6 months, okay? But because I'm not the one living through this hell, you are. It could only be, it might only be a month, but to you it feels like 6 months. Okay, this is why I don't do time frames, because sometimes a time frame that I'm picking up to me, unless I actually see a date, a time frame to me, yeah, 6 months, but to you it's like, oh my god, it feels like 6 months, but it's a month. Okay, um, geography, geometric patterns. It's all right. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, great, and the living situation. Okay, so there is going to be help or assistance that comes not from the family, but from an outside source that is going to enable you to move and get your own place. So I'm hoping that that's what your question is about. Look, there is going to be some sort, I want to say some sort of financial aid. Now, I don't know if that's from the government or whatever, or if it's actually somebody putting their hand in their pocket to help you out. And I actually think it's the second one. It could be that you get a new partner or something like that. It's kind of like having a partner and having them pay half the bills. It's that sort of financial aid that I'm getting. Okay. Now, there is something that is going to be government or something, might be a voluntary program or something like that, but there is going to be assistance there for you as well as on top of the financial aid in another sense. There is some sort of getting you out and getting your own place. Now, I do see that this is going to be a nice, look, it's going to be on the small side, which is going to be fine because it's all yours. And it's going to be comfortable and it's going to be cozy and you're going to feel like, oh my God, you're going to be very thankful for it. Okay, so look, this children card is, okay, well, there is the, why are you not, okay, why have you, okay, I get what you're saying, stop it. Um, okay, keeping your house long term. Um, Look, I do feel like that over the next 6 months there is going to be that struggle. Look, this is the children card. It's all going to be okay. This is all your plans working out. Okay, so the different plans you've got or going to have in order to keep your home long term, they're going to work out. There is going to be assistance there, financial aid or something like that, that is going to help you in this situation. Um, but look, I feel like you may be in a situation where you just can't see how you're going to possibly hold on to this, or it's a situation of, you kind of know deep down that it's going to be all right, but on the surface you're freaking the hell out. Okay, but either way, it is going to be all right. The biggest thing that the cards are pulling up are the succubus card here, which is draining you of your energy. It's sucking all the energy and the life out of you. So this is all the worry and stress and everything that you're going with at the moment. And this is the emotion card. Okay, so this is like all hell is breaking loose around you. However, if you listen to your spirit guides or your gut instincts, whatever you want to say, this black cat is what that stands for. And if you look at this card, it's a maze, but this cat is going to guide you through all this turbulence and all this. So it is saying that you are going to make it through. You are going to be totally fine. The biggest thing here, this is kind of saying, look, as for your finances in the house and your plans of what you want, not a problem. It's fine. However, the whole situation is going to be stressful and draining and worrying and anxiety filled. But you are going to be able to make it through the emotional side of it as well as the physical side of it. Okay, this is like, look, this card here, it's kind of like, don't punish yourself twice. Don't, like, it's easy for me to say don't stress, don't worry, it's going to be all right, but you're still going to stress and worry. All right, it's human nature. But put it into perspective, give yourself days off where you don't think about everything and stress and worry, or even 5 minutes, an hour during the day where you do something else, where you take your mind off it. Otherwise, you are going to have a mental breakdown. Okay. I hope that helped. Okay. Hey, Larissa. Uh, Larissa Jenga Boo. If you want to ask a question, feel free. I'm just going to answer Gray's other one. My sister lives in Fanny. Great. I'm just gonna. Like honestly, I feel no. I feel like there is no communicating. You might actually be sisters, but you're very close to being actual enemies at the moment, and like I want to say sibling rivalry, but that doesn't come close to what's going on at the moment. Look, it is going to be over and done with, but at the moment, there is going to be progress there eventually. But at the moment, this addiction card, it's not about drugs, alcohol, gambling. We can be addicted to people, places, or the ways of thinking. I feel like that there's also almost some sort of enjoyment from your sister, that she's enjoying what's happening and like that whole sucked in vibe. Unfortunately, like I don't know the situation. I don't know either you or your sister, but that's the kind of energy that I'm getting. It will work out. There will be some sort of progress there. The financial aid may actually come from the form of your sister that we're talking about. Okay, but this is movement forward. Okay, this is the problem getting moving ahead, and this is in a positive sense. Okay, so the addiction here, this is what's slowing down the process. Is everybody's in a bad way. Your sister's like enjoying what's going on, but also fighting her own demons, and you're stuck living in the reality of things. Unfortunately, this fog that's around everything, it will lift, okay? And that's when the planes will be cleared for flying, and there'll be progress forward. This separation card upside down is actually saying that you and your sister are not going to look. I feel like you guys are on thin ice, so to speak, but you guys are never going to break and go separate ways. All right, there is no separation there. This is going to resolve. It is calming down and coming back together. There is that sort of vibe and energy going on. Okay, really hope that helps. Okay. She holds your inheritance. Okay, well, there you go. Great. It will come through. There's legal channels and all of that, but that might actually be what the financial aid or the financial money coming in is about that I was picking up. And when I said, the government or private sector, some sort of helping you out, that could actually be some sort of lawyer or legal thing as well. But don't believe for a second that just um yeah, no, it will work out great. Okay, there's legal options there for you as well. All right, I'm just gonna pop on to the next person. Larissa, no question, just whatever comes through. All right, Larissa. Okay, let's have a look. Larissa. Hold on, Larissa. They're sending me something. Um, what's going on? Okay. Okay, this is really weird, Larissa. I just saw you just hanging around, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, what are you actually doing? And then it was like you're sitting on a bus bench, and you're just, it was like I asked you, hey, what's going on? And you're like, nothing, just waiting, just waiting. It's like you're just waiting for a bus. But I'm like, okay, well, why are you showing me this? This is everything that I was saying silently in my head. There was a big ass present for you across the street. Like I'm talking almost the size of you, and it was big red paper with big white bow. And it's kind of like you saw the present, you're like, oh, that's nice, but you didn't expect it was for you. What that's saying to me is that you're a very easygoing person and you're just going with the flow, which is fantastic. That's what we need to do. But oh, look, that's the card, two cards that just flew out. The spiritual path card, meaning you're on the right path for happiness. And this is like, there isn't going to be any deviation. Nothing big and bad is going to come along to take you down a different path. Now, I'll explain that a little bit further while I explain what I was seeing with the bus and the present. It's like you are just going with the flow, and it's like it's kind of like you're hoping for good things to happen, like we all are, But it's also most people that hope for something good expect something bad. And we've all been through that. That's like it's psychological. It's how we all think. We want to protect ourselves. You, on the other hand, Larissa, I'm happy to say, are in that balanced boat where, like, look, it could be you're waiting for a bus. It could be a good day at work. It could be a bad day at work. But whatever, you're just going to go with it. And that really is the right attitude to have. It's what brings you to spiritual happiness. It's balance. Everything in life is about balance. And when you're in that balanced headspace of, look, something good could happen, something bad could happen today, that is the way you need to be, because then you're always, in a way, you're prepared for something bad, but you're always open for something good. And when we sit there and expect to have a bad day or for everything to go wrong, we are expecting the bad things, but we're also closing ourselves off to good things happening. And you're in that balanced position where you're not doing that. Now, what draws me is this present. It's like you're picturing or daydreaming about this beautiful big future, and you're like, oh, I probably won't get there, but it'd be nice. I want to tell you that that's what that present across the street is for. It is for you. It is being delivered for you. There is a beautiful, beautiful future for you there. It's a surprise. Like, even though you can see it, it's still going to be a surprise when it happens. And there's a lot of good there for you, okay? Now, all right, apart from these two cards, I'm just going to pop these aside for the moment. You've got the addiction card here, and this is kind of what I've just been saying to you. This is addiction card upside down. So yes, it's drugs, alcohol, gambling, but it's also being addicted to people, places, things, ways of thought as well. So a lot of times, most people that are addicted to something don't want to be addicted to it, but they can't help it. Or, they're stuck in that situation when they feel they can't help it. Now, a lot of us want to be positive people, but we're very negative. We're just like, we will try to be really good people, but it feels like one thing after another keeps happening to knock us down. Now, I feel like you've been one of those people that I've just discussed about how hope, you want the best, hope for the best, but you're always expecting the worst. When we're always expecting the worst, that's when we close ourselves off to good things. I think you've come to a lot of learning in your life. I think you've come to a point in your life now where it's kind of like you're opening yourself up to the possibility that anything can happen. We can have good days, good things can happen. And that's really good, because that's what this addiction is saying. Not only have you taken a big step in the right direction for your happiness, you've also learnt one of the major keys to life, which is you've got to be open to good things, genuinely open. It's not enough to wish for it or to say, yeah, I'm open to good things. No, it's your actions and your inner thoughts and all of that really prove to the universe, not what you do on the outside or what you say. The universe is like deaf to that. It's your actions, it's your energy, what you put your energy into. And if you're putting all your energy into expecting bad things to happen, bad things are going to continue to happen. Unfortunately, that it's got nothing to do with karma. It's science at this point. What you send out, you get back. It's like you're like your own magnet. You've overcome this, okay? So this is actually good. This is saying that you've overcome this. There is more of that sort of thinking where you're going to change your life. You're going to start, good things are happening. Then you're going to start putting yourself up a little bit on a pedestal, and like I can see you saying, well, why can't I have nice things if I want them? And well, there's no reason why I can't. It's that way of thinking of, well, somebody's got to win the lotto, why can't it be me? There's strives coming for you. So I want to say to you that this is the first step towards all of that happening, okay? So you've got the communication card here. Now, this is legal paperwork as well. This is contracts. This has something to do with money and success, okay? That is coming for you. Like, just simply without going too far into it, this could be a lawsuit of some sort. Maybe somebody runs over your foot and you get an insurance payout and there's some money there, okay? Now, I don't want to say that that's what it is, because it's not coming from a negative place. But this is actually communication that you're on the right path. It's like communication from the universe showing you that this way of thinking and this way of living is leading you down a path of happiness, okay? The paperwork side here is, I think it's making a deal with yourself to continue this way of thinking, to continue this journey, to open your life up to more happiness and more success, okay? And there's positivity here, lots of positive energy, a lot of people around you supporting you, kind of egging you on. It's kind of like, I feel like you're walking down the street and you're just going to be feeling positive so much so that people are going to look at you and go, "Ooh, wow, what's she on?" And so many, you're going to notice how many people look at you for the simple fact that you're smiling. It's genuine energy, genuine positive energy. And people are so negative these days that they're going to like walk past you on the street and it's actually going to make them literally turn around. That's the physical effect of our energy. And you're going to feel like a celebrity. You're going to be like, oh, I feel sorry for all these people that haven't learnt yet, that are stuck in that negative cycle. Okay, so there is a lot of good coming for you, Larissa. Hope that helps, sweetheart. Okay. Jenga Boo. I'm in a pretty big transition right now and would love any insight Spirit has. Not sure if that's too vague. No, that's fine. You can either ask a question or pull 3 cards. It's fine. Got through a lot this year, but my logic is it is what it is. Larissa, that is perfect. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's most people's mantra these days, or mantra is, it is what it is, okay? But even though a lot of people say that, 90% of people that say that are kind of like, well, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. So it's kind of said in a negative way, whereas you're actually saying it in a positive way. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do to change it. So I'm going to move forward and hope for good things to happen. I'm open to good things that happen. Not everybody that says that means that. So yeah, I hope that helps. Okay, Jenga, I'll pull 3 for you. Hey, Donna Marie. Thank you. And Terry, yeah, I will pull 3 cards for you guys. I'll just go in order. So let me do Jenga first. Jenga. Ooh, okay, Jenga, I'm getting a male energy, somebody from the past that you really need to keep in the past. Okay, now this could be somebody that you're genuinely connected to these days. It might be a person that you can't actually get out of your life, but you need to take a step back and stop interacting with because it's just bringing you heartache and it's just going to be driving you crazy. All right. So as an example, let's say it's your brother. Okay. Hypothetically, this is your brother, somebody from the past that you have an issue with. Now they're around. You might be in that situation where you don't want to disown your brother or you can't or whatever, but you do need to stop interacting with him. Anytime he reaches out and starts a fight with you, instead of interacting with that, you need to just switch off and take a step back, okay? Now, I'm not getting a brother energy. I am getting a male energy. It could be a friend, could be a partner, could be an ex-partner, but it is that sort of energy that I'm getting, okay? There is a masculine energy there. And look, it could be a brother, but whatever it is, it's this person that you've once really, really cared about that have been really, really hurt by, and it's like they're still around, okay? And they're still coming around and pushing buttons and really pissing you off. Now, it could be a female as well that's very masculine, very strong, but I am getting that male energy. Now, this is the mind, body, and spirit card. This is the balance card, okay? So this is split. I'm not sure if you want to reach back out. Okay, this card is like, I feel like that this situation with your partner has been going on for ages. I'm feeling like it's not the first time you guys have broken up. You're in that cycle of repeating and repeating and repeating. That's why I'm saying you need to take a step back. If it were me, I would, well, it is me. I would be saying to you that, look, you're probably not really prepared for it to be over and done with at this point. Again, because I feel like that it's like the usual thing. It's just the usual thing going on. I would actually say to you that this partnership needs to, this guy is just doing your head in and gaslighting you and trying to start fights. It's like he's so miserable and angry and frustrated that he pushes your buttons in order to make himself feel better, and you're the left there losing your mind. Okay, now whether you're ready to do it now or in the coming months, you do. My advice to you is to get out of that relationship once and for all. Okay, this is the mind, body, and spirit card. This is balance. This is what we're supposed to be striving for in life, is balance in everything. Okay, 50-50 in everything. The energy we put into a relationship, the money we put into a relationship, what you give, you get back. What you get, you should give. It's all about that, right? So I actually feel like you're actually in a good headspace at the moment to find that balance. It's almost taking a step back, and instead of looking at the situation with emotion, you're looking at it logically. Okay, and logically you're like, okay, this is bloody stupid. Like, what are we doing? We keep going around, and that's what this card is saying. You're starting to find that balance. So there's still part of you that really cares about this person and is kind of like, don't want to let them go. Maybe they'll change. When it's good, it's good. Look, we all go through that. That's the sucky part about breaking up. It's because we need to give up those romantic ideas of what could be or what might be or what we want it to be. Okay, so that is part of breaking up, admitting to ourselves that we're not going to get what we want here, and all that time and energy and love and money and all the support we put into that relationship, we have to admit that, yeah, that's basically gone out the window. But it really hasn't, because through all of that, you've learnt a lot, as sucky as it is, and now you know what to look for in a relationship and what to avoid. So I feel like your happiness lies outside of this relationship. It's never going to change, and I think you already know that at this point, okay? Now, this is the Freedom card. You can literally see her breaking free of chains, and look at this energy that's around her. Look at her, like, taking that deep breath. She's finally broken free. This is you. This is what needs to happen. This is what's going to happen. You have outgrown this partner. I don't care whether you're together for 3 weeks, 3 months, or 3 years, or 30 years. You've outgrown them totally. And you need to let that go. You need to turn around and be like, look, in your mind, say to this person, like, look, really sorry, but, this is no longer what I want. This is no longer who I am. I want to be happy, and that's never going to happen with you. So sadly, I need to leave. It's that sort of situation, because part of a breakup is about, oh, you don't have the addiction card here, which is great. Part of a breakup is actually, in some form, we're addicted to that person. We're used to them being around all the time, whether we like it or not. And that's kind of like what an addiction is. We keep going back to something, even though 9 times out of 10, we don't actually enjoy it. It's just something that we feel we need to do or want to do or whatever. And you are overcoming that. Now, this last card is the Illusion card, okay? So this is saying that, look, the whole situation with him, this Illusion card is formally the Deceit card, and that's what I want to say to you. Everything to do with this partner is an illusion. Not only what the promises that they make and all of this. Look, I feel like that there's a lot of deceit, a lot of lies, a lot of games. I feel like there's talking to multiple people. There may actually be cheating there. Whatever. It's just all things bad to me. Okay, so to me, I really feel like you need to move on, sweetheart. Okay, I hope that helped. Okay. Just give me a sec, Donna. I've got Terry and I've got, Anthony. Hi, Anthony. I just got Terry. Terry, if you're still on, just send me a yep or something, and I'll do 3 cards for you. If not, I'll just jump to Donna Marie. And Anthony, if you want 3 cards, let me know. And Monique, hi. Okay, Terry. All right, awesome. Monique, if you have a question, I'll do after Donna, or 3 cards, just let me know. Terry, we'll do 3 cards for you, sweetheart. Okay. Terry, this is weird. I'm tuning into, like, they're giving me a vision, and I see that, like, you've got a little dog or little dogs, and it's kind of like there's somebody approaching, and you're not sure if you want that person to approach, and it's like you're worried that the dogs are going to pick up on that, and it's like you're trying to juggle 16 things at once, okay? So whether that's literal or not, I don't know, because not all of my visions are. Sometimes it's like having a dream. It's metaphorical. It stands for something. So what I'm seeing is that there is a lot of anxiety and worry around you. It's kind of like it's really hard for me to explain without. I've got to be careful what I say on stream, but it's almost like there's an abusive partner, or actually no, let's not go down that path. We'll go with parent. It's like you're at home studying and there's a parent coming to the door and you're worried that even though you've done nothing wrong, it's kind of like you're on a high alert. It's like almost being pulled up by the police, and you haven't done anything wrong. And we get that adrenaline and we're worried and we're stressed and we're like, okay, so I've got that energy going on. Now, what's getting me is that even though you're not sure if you want this person to approach, it's the symbolism of the little dogs, the yap, 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 setting off alarms. So to me, it's like I feel like that there's trust issues on who you can communicate and speak to about your problems, because it's almost like, well, if I say something to this person, they're either going to run back to the person that I'm talking about and tell them everything, or they're just going to talk at me and not actually listen to me and give me their opinion on what I should do. Either way, there's the feeling of anxiety and not having somebody to open up to really and speak to about what's going on. So look, I do want to say that there is, I don't know if there were plans around traveling overseas, but I feel like it's not going to happen. I feel like that this could also be somebody else from overseas coming or something. Not going to happen. But what I'm really getting here is that there is something that you're planning, something kind of big, and I feel like it's not going to happen. All right. Now, it doesn't mean that it can't happen or that you can't do it in the future, but there is some sort of a big dream or a big wish or want that it's like, okay, I'm going to do this year. It could be moving away. I'm getting the moving situation, buying a house or something like that. I do feel like that it's not going to happen right now, because I feel like the desire to do this dream, this move, whatever, it's based out of the wrong thing. It's almost like you want to, again, let's go with the parents and living at home. It's almost like, okay, I want to move out and get my own apartment. Yeah, that's great and that's fantastic. There's all things good with that. But right now, you're not in the right position to do that. And the main reason why you're pushing yourself to get out is because you're sick of your parents. You're sick of the rules at home. Do you see what I mean about plans based on the wrong sort of energy? Whereas the right time to move out is when you've got the money saved up, you're prepared to move out, you've done the budgeting, and you're ready to move out. Okay, so that's where I'm saying it's not going to happen just yet, but it is going to happen. All right. Now this is also this is actually a really good card for you, because this is symbolizing all your hard work paying off. Okay, so this is kind of like a good analogy for this is going and studying a law degree. Okay, after I don't know 10 years of studying, then you're a lawyer. So all your dreams start coming true. It's putting in the hard work and having it pay off. That's what's happening at the moment. So what I feel like that this has got to do is around being patient in the current situation. Your patience is what's going to pay off. Okay, all these plans that you've got that you're thinking of, now is not the time to actually put them into practice, but do keep planning these plans. Do go over all the details. So again, if you do want to move out, now's not the right time, but start doing the research. Where do I want to move? Do I want to move somewhere closer to work, closer to home? Do I want to move in the city, out of the city? How much rent am I expecting to pay? How much are bills at the moment? All that sort of planning, that's what you need to be doing at the moment. Okay, regardless of whether that's to do with moving, buying property, starting a business, doing a new job, whatever it is, do the research now, okay? And it will pay off. And this is just the elderly card. This is just saying that what's going on right now, this position that you're in at the moment, this stress, anxiety, this worry, it isn't going to last forever, okay? It's almost like you're I don't want to use the word paranoid, but it's almost like you've got that sinking feeling that something's going to go wrong, something like you're always on edge waiting for the next bad thing to happen. That is not a healthy way to live for anybody, unfortunately. We all know that. We've all been in that situation, me included, but you will make it through. You will calm down, and even if bad things do happen, you'll be like, well, I was expecting this, so I can get through this. And then when bad stuff stops happening, which it will, you're like, well, if I can get through the bad, I can get through the good. Like, you are going to make it through. Okay. I hope that helped. All good, mate. Your guidance this year has already helped me in a personal way. Oh, all good, Anthony, my dude. Okay, so Donna was next. General pleased. Donna, I'm gonna say no. You're a naughty girl. Nothing you do is right. No, joking. All right, Donna, let's see. General for you, sweetheart. Okay, look, doing the right thing. There needs to be a sacrifice. Giving up something, that's what they're telling me right now. Then there needs to be a sacrifice of giving something up that you really want or really want to do. It feels like something work-wise, something to do with money. There is the need to give that up, whether you've already done that in the process of doing that. That's what you need to do. Because by doing that, it's almost like the universe is saying it's accepting reality. And you're not in the position you want to be in, but you are going to be in that position, but you're not going to get there the way you think you're going to get there. These plans that you put into place, some of them are going to pay off, just not as big as you expect. Others are just going to take you in the wrong direction. And that's why there's something big here that I feel like that you need to sacrifice or give up. You need to change direction and try something new, okay? And that's where you're going to actually get to where you need to go. It's almost like starting your own business, right? You do your business, it might be 6 months in and you're actually losing money. You haven't built up the client base. So there's the need to stop that, maybe get a 9-to-5 job, put more money into advertising and all of that, and in another 12 months, start that business up again. Okay, so it's not necessarily saying you need to shut down and sacrifice this dream forever. It's just for the moment. There's something that you need to give up that you really want, unfortunately, of doing in order to get where you want to go a lot quicker, which you're going to be a lot happier about. So again, there's something about accepting reality for what it is. Now, I hope that makes sense. Sorry, I just looked down. No worries, Terry. It's a legal issue to my... Okay, look, I think that this is something where you just need like to let it play out. If you've got legal on your side, let them do it. You've got to take a step out of it because you're going to get very emotional and it's dealing with money and all of this stuff, which obviously gets us all riled up at the possibilities of what could be. You need to just let it play out, hand it over to somebody else, and it's kind of the feeling of needing to stay out of it and let whatever's going to be is going to be, okay? Now, the sacrifice here could actually be the sacrifice of that big dream and fighting it and getting all of, it could be that you've got a dollar figure in mind that you're going after or wanting. You need to sacrifice that because whatever you get is going to be good for you. It's going to be fantastic. It's a blessing. And you've got to, I would prefer you, instead of sitting there going, oh, I'm going to get $500,000 from this estate, I'd prefer you sitting there going, okay, I might end up with $20,000 from this estate. What will I do with that $20,000 to make it grow? That's where I want your mind at. Not what bills am I going to pay off or what am I going to buy with that $20,000. You need to be concentrating on expecting a small number. It will be bigger than you're expecting when I say a small number, but I need you thinking of what you're going to do with that money in order to make it grow. Okay? Yeah, look, to me, this isn't about money. This movement forward, okay, hold on one sec. This sacrifice is, it's got nothing, to me, like I was saying, it's got nothing to do with money, but there is this sacrifice of giving up something that is not related to what you're talking about, okay? This sacrifice is related to work and money in that form, not to do with your father and the estate, okay? Now, there is the learning card here, the life learning hurdles. This is just another trial that you're going through. As long as you approach the whole situation in a positive, I went to say neutral, in a positive way, as far as do the right thing, be the bigger person. That's what this challenge is all about right now. Regardless of what your sister or your family or whatever happens, still be the bigger person. Don't bite back. Don't come back with, well, you did this and you said that and blah, blah, blah. Don't do any of that, okay? It is about being the bigger person and just letting things play out. Now, in some way, by learning this lesson, you are going to end up in a positive place. So you might get what you want from that. But I do feel like that if you're able to go through this and just be the bigger person, even, you know, whatever, I do feel like it's almost like there's going to be positive karma on the other end for you. There's going to be some sort of giving back from the universe to you. All right. Now, look, this is lack of support. You're going to have lack of support through all of this. I feel like it just in general, friends would be like, this is a bad idea, stay away from it, you know, whatever. Look, if you want those ashes, or at least half of those ashes, then fight. Yeah, go for it. You are entitled to something there. So by fighting, sure, go for it. But I would not be putting a lot of money into legal fees and all of that. I know that you've got a legal team, basically, that you're aware of. I wouldn't be putting a lot of money into it because what you get back won't be worth the legal fees, okay? And I'm not just talking about the money. Like, if you get half the ashes, then it's worth it, okay? But you really don't want to spend $50,000 in order to get that. You know, knowing you're very much like me, fuck that, I'll go and break into their house one time when they're at dinner and just steal the ashes. You know, it's kind of that way of thinking. I don't suggest breaking the law, people, but yes. So yeah, there is lack of support, lack of energy. And look, I do want to say to you that in spirit, your father just doesn't care. That's one of the big messages here. I don't want either you or your sister romanticizing, oh, dad would want this or dad would want that, or, you know, your dad just doesn't care. It's like he's over everything. He's over and done. And it's like, look, sort it out. I really don't care. It's that sort of energy that I'm getting from your dad. So don't feel that your dad is like, you need to have some of my ashes or whatever. Your dad is still around both of you. He hasn't passed over through the light yet. So your father is a ghost, not a spirit. A spirit is a ghost that passes through the light and comes back. I don't know why your dad hasn't done that yet, but he's very meh. That's the energy that I'm picking up from your father. But there is going to be a crossing over there. I think once this is done, your father has got it into his head now that he's going to pass over. When he comes back, you're going to feel the energy. You really are, especially you more so than your sister. Your dad will spend 50-50 between you know, but you are more susceptible to picking up things than your sister, okay? It's almost like you're going to smell him, hear him, might even see him, but you're going to feel him when he's around. But that's going to be at a later date, all right? Now, this is movement forward. This is, again, getting what you want. This is travel. This is this is the process. It is going to work out. It is going to be fine, okay? I hope that helps, sweetheart. Okay, who's next? Monique, my lovely Monique. Do you see me becoming friends with any of the girls I met in Bondi the other day? Don't come at me with the name Mel. Seriously. Monique, I don't know if you like it. Everybody has that one name that everybody they know by that name is a horrible person. For me, unfortunately, it is Mel. But anyway, that's just personal jaded influence. Look, I feel like that there is going to be some sort of superficial friendship, but not an actual full-on bond between between you girls. Now, there is going to be two that you're going to get along with, and one that is just not going to like you. I'm really sorry, but it's Murphy's Law, you know. When you're trying to meet new people, there's always somebody that, no, don't like this person. Now, it's nothing against you personally. They just don't like somebody invading their space or their territory. It's something like that. Now, she's not going to be mean. She's not going to put you down or anything like that. And she's not going to gossip and bitch about you behind your back. There's nothing there to worry about, but you're going to pick up that vibe that she doesn't like you, okay? Now, again, don't take that personally. When somebody doesn't like us, we normally do one of two things, depending on who we are. Either one, we start a fight with that person. Well, if you don't like me, I don't like you. And it causes animosity. Or most people do the second thing where they try to be nicer to that person. Do not do that. You will be wasting your energy, okay? If somebody doesn't like you, they don't like you. It's up to them to change their mind with you being you. If you go over and cater to them and are really nice and suck up, like I'm one of those people that if somebody's sucking up my ass, I'm like, get the fuck away from me, because clearly there's something wrong if you feel you need to suck up to me. You know, I'm a normal person just like you. Connect with me as a normal person. That's the energy that I'm getting from this woman, okay? Um so there is going to be some friendship there, but again, I feel like it's going to be kind of superficial, if that makes sense. Um, I just read your message. Don't worry, it's all good. I look at it as a joke now. You know, we all have things that we need to let go of and get over, me included. So I love to show the reality of who I am. Now, look, this is the children card. This is the innocent card. This is upside down. So this is kind of like there are some plans here that are not going to play out, that are not going to, you're not going to get what you want from them, okay? Now, the reason behind that again isn't fully you, it's how other people feel. But this is the card of innocence. It being upside down is kind of like, look, if you're going to change what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling, you need to go in honestly as yourself. Don't be like the new girl that is trying to win everybody over by buying everybody coffee and being cheerful and being supportive and you know, it's nice to be that person, but only if that's who you really are. And I do feel like that's who you really are. But you need to be yourself. If something pisses you off, then it pisses you off. If you're not feeling like smiling, don't smile. You know, it's you need to be yourself in this situation, okay? Because I feel like that these girls are used to fake people, I use with air quotes, which are the people that aren't showing their true colors. You need to go in and show your true colors. That doesn't mean be bitchy or angry or negative, not at all. But just go in and be yourself. If you're happy that day, be happy. If you're not, then don't be happy. Like that's how they're going to respond. Oh my God, you're not putting on a show. This is who you are. If people think you're putting on a show or you're fake or whatever, that's all going to be negative, okay? So this is kind of like, I feel like a little bit of change of tactic about how you interact with them. This is the emotion card. It's getting on top of emotion. Now, emotional situations. So part of this is understanding that, look, at the end of the day, it's nice to make new friends, but you've been okay without these people. You're going to be okay regardless of how it turns out. So you need to get into that state of mind that is going to allow you to be yourself, which is kind of like, look, I want to be friends with these girls, but you know, if it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to you know, have a big outcome on my life. And when you get that through before going in to really try and make friends with these girls, it's going to help you be more yourself. Like, it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. And that's where you're going to be more real. And that's again where it's a change of plans and things are going to flow a lot better. But at the end of the day, you've got to understand that there is this need for validation in some form that you need to address, okay? And we all have that. We all have the need for validation. We just are at different stages with where we are up on that, you know? And I'm sure you understand what I mean by that need of validation. Now, there is something there that you need to address, because the need for validation, it never actually comes from outside sources. People learn that you can't get validation from outside sources, because if you do, it's kind of like getting hit with a drug. You need more, and you have to keep going, and that's not a healthy thing. So the validation needs to come from inside, and the way we get that validation is we kind of need to ask ourselves, where does that need for validation come from? And then work on that, okay? So if it's the need of validation to have friends turn around and go, oh, we love you, that could be because you've worked your ass off in the past and you've done some amazing things for friends and haven't got that gratitude or that respect for what you've done, okay? Which is totally normal. So if that's happened, that says to me that there's some pain and that you need to process and let go of. And when you understand that, hey, look, that makes you a good person and them a horrible person, that you've done all this nice stuff and these friends have never respected that, have treated you like shit, that should actually strengthen you. You should be out there going, well, I am a good person and I do a lot for people, but I'm only going to do that for people that genuinely give back. And do you see how then it leads to a lack of needing validation from these girls? Because you'll rock up going, well, I'm only interested in being friends with people that are going to give back. And if these girls are not going to give back to the friendship or to you, you're actually going to turn around, you're going to get to the stage where you're like, well, I don't need this. You know, I'll go and find other friends, or you know, it's that sort of situation, okay? So the last card here is the freedom card. It's the being tied down. It's being the locked up, constrained, all that anxiety that comes with being bound. This is the situation, that stress, that worry, okay? So this is actually the freedom card, breaking free of all of that. I actually feel like you have the key to the chains here. You're the one that can break that. And the only way you're going to break out of this situation of how you're feeling is by going back and assessing, why do I feel this way? Well, it's because of this. I need to let go of that. I need to process that I was right. Take it, do it logically. Look at your life as if it was the life of your next door neighbor and you're trying to help them out. Well, this person was really bad to you, and, yes, you love them, but you need to let go of that because they don't deserve that. Don't deserve your love and respect, and you do. So you need to do that for yourself, and that's where you're going to let go of a lot of this anxiety just in general. Okay, really hope that helped, guys. I'm going to call it there. I hope you enjoyed, and I will be back next week. I'm going to build up the YouTube audience because I'm more on TikTok than YouTube, but we'll get there. Until next week, guys, blessed be.